We've been working through this book, the Radiance Sutras, which is just beautiful. It's poetic, comes from the Tantra tradition, which really, instead of making meditation and enlightenment something we get through just by focusing on the mind, Tantra invites us to use all of our senses. So it's a very sensational exploration of meditation. And at the moment, we're working with the breath, and we're working with the pause at the top of the breath and the pause at the bottom of the breath. So when I read these verses, it is talking about meditation specifically. But remember, meditation doesn't have to be just something we do sat on our mat with our legs in a particular way. Meditation is something we can do in every moment. So even our yoga practice is meant to be a form of meditation and movement. So we are looking that these verses inspire us, inspire our practice so that we can go a little bit deeper into our practice. And today we're going back into the breath, this fourth sutra, the fourth verse of the Radiant Sutras, is again involving the breath. And it's involving how when we focus and dive into the breath, when we let the mind gravitate towards the breath, that we lose a sense of time and space. So I'm sure we've all had that experience. I know a lot of you have been meditating with me for a while. When you go into a meditation, don't you just lose track of where you are and time and who you are, and everything just dissolves in that moment? And that's, I think, what they're talking about when they say enter into infinity, into that vastness. It's just this losing yourself in the meditation. Okay, so that's enough of the words. Let's stand up so that we can get ready to shake it, shake it, shake it. And just bear with the contrast of the stillness and the shaking. The words that really stick out to me in this verse is infinity. So this practice is about opening up the body. We're even going to do the infinity pose, which is a nice big stretch for the hamstrings. Good. And just finding a bit more spaciousness. So as the verse is about infinity, I thought our Shakey Shakey song had to be
Here's my key,
infinity.
philosophy.
Are we familiar with this
like
one?
me just needs infinity.
No. Can you hear it? Yes, okay. Who knows this one? You're British, you should know this. Laura does. Maybe just the younger generation.
Take your time.
Oh well, let's go for it. Just shake out the body.
And take your time to trust in me, and you will find infinity, infinity.
Good. Just a nice beat to get your body moving. Welcome to the party, Laura. Louisa. Good. Just getting the body moving, flick out the wrists, wake up your shoulders.
And take your time to trust in me, and you will find infinity, infinity. And time goes by so naturally while you receive infinity.
Keep dancing. I always think it's funny how, we really crave dancing. We crave these moments, these raves. But isn't it because when we're dancing, we get lost in that dance? We forget about everything else. Isn't dancing itself a meditation where we get lost in that spaciousness, that infinity? Good. You can have a little sway here and now.
Relax.
We're just going to go through one more round of shaking it out. See if you can get really lost in your breath, in your movement. Let it become a meditation, more than just a dance. Let it become a meditation.
And you will find infinity, 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 infinity.
little tiny bits of a morning rave. Coming to stillness now. Coming back to a state of calm. And as always, just taking that moment, maybe close the eyes so that we are diving more deeply, that inner space. The arms can be relaxed by your side, or maybe one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. We've heard a lot already about tuning into this pulsating field within us. So can you feel that pulse of life all throughout your body? That tingling down in your hands or your forearms. Like every one of our trillion or so cells are still dancing within us. And then bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart, if you will, and start to slow down and deepen the breaths. As we inhale, filling the breath from your belly right up to the top. And at the top of your in-breath, hold just for a moment. And then as you exhale, let the breath fall out, empty, empty, empty. And then notice that emptiness at the bottom. There's a brief pause until the breath fills in again. The pauses don't have to be big. They're just a moment of awareness of the spaces between. So the fourth verse goes, in any quiet moment when you are breathing, the breath may flow out and pause of itself, or flow in and pause of itself. Here, experience opens into exquisite vastness with no beginning and no end. Embrace this infinity without reservation. Dive in, drink deeply, and emerge renewed. Dive in, drink deeply, and emerge renewed. And hopefully that's exactly how we'll feel at the end of our practice, feeling a sense of renewal. Okay, releasing the arms and then stretching them up towards the sky. Big inhale, bringing the palms together and just pausing here for a moment. Pressing down through the legs, feel them really activate. Tailbone lengthening towards the heels. Fingertips reaching up to the sky. And then start to pull the belly in as we bow. Hands come down through the midline. Good. If you're really tight today, the back body, hands are welcome to rest on the thighs. If it feels good to let them drop to the floor, explore that. And then just explore that space, maybe taking a couple of sways and rocks. A moment to say hello and good morning to these hamstrings of ours. To follow again those spaces between the breath. To enter into those turning points. Beautiful. Drop the weight into your heels, chin towards chest, and roll the body up one vertebra at a time. Lifting the shoulders towards the ears and taking them back, sliding them down. Okay, let's add a little side bend, opening the side body. Inhale, arms up towards the sky, holding onto the right wrist. Breathe and lengthen, and exhale, take it over to the left side. Inhale, we're going to come straight again, over to the left side, same side once again, maybe a little deeper. Inhaling back to straight, one more time to that left side. This time release the left arm, and then press the hand across the waist, across the belly. Reach out through that top arm a little bit more, and breathe. Breathe into that right side. You might even look up towards your right elbow. On your next inhale, take both arms back up to the sky. And exhale, folding down through the center. Pull the belly in, taking a forward fold. Let the head drop. Beautiful. Let the neck get nice and long, the head heavy, finding those pauses between the breath. And letting the awareness, letting the mind really settle on the breath, on the spaciousness the breath can create within us. Let's drop the weight into the heels, chin towards chest, rolling the body up again, one vertebra at a time. When you get to the top, shrug the shoulders, pull them back and melt them down the back. Okay, second side. Inhale, stretching the arms up. Grabbing hold of your left wrist, stretch and straighten, and then take it over toward the right side. Beautiful. Inhale, back to straight. Exhaling over to the right side again. Inhaling back up. This time we'll release the right arm. So inhale it up, exhale over to the right, release the right arm. Keep breathing here. Press that right hand across the belly, reaching more through that left arm. Maybe we can even turn and spin our gaze toward the ceiling. Good. On your next inhale, slowly rise, come all the way back up. Good. Come to the top of your mat if you're not there already. And then exhale, let's take a forward fold. Beautiful. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Right leg steps back. Boop. Sink the hips and lift your gaze, stretching that back leg. Beautiful. Plank pose. Inhale, left foot toward the right. Exhale, lower to the ground. However you wish. Knees, chest, chin, roll, or chaturanga. Inhaling into your back bend. Firm the legs as you open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Take a moment to explore here. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And as we're noticing our down dog, noticing the body in this shape, stay with the breath. Enter those vast points between the breath. From the top of the inhale, the bottom of the exhale. Dive deeply into your experience here on the mat, in your body, in your breath. Good. Let's take an inhale. Sweep the right leg up to the sky. Scissor the dog. Step it forward between the hands. Boop. Sink the hips and lift the gaze. Good. On your next inhale, step it forward. Lift, lengthen. Exhaling into your fold. Pressing through the feet. Inhale, rise. Reaching arms to the sky. Exhale the hands back to heart. Beautiful. Round two. Inhale. Exhaling into our forward fold. Halfway lift. Feel that pause at the top of the inhale. Exhale the pause at the bottom. Stepping left leg back. Inhale. As we exhale, sink the hips, lift your gaze. There's a pause with the breath. And then step it back. Right foot into your plank. Inhale. As we exhale, lower down. Scoop the chest, heart forward. As you flow up into your back bend, keep it low or make it high. Exhaling into your downward facing dog. Good. You can still have some movement here if you want, bending the knees, letting everything sway, or keep it quite strong, solid, still. Finding the breath. Good. On our next inhale, left leg will lift up towards the sky. Step that leg forward between the hands. Boop. And then sink into the hips. Lift the chin. Beautiful. Inhale. Step it all the way forward. Lengthen. Exhaling into your fold. Inhale. Press through the feet. Circle sweep. Reach the arms up to the sky. And exhale the hands back to heart. Good. So now we're going to add some lunges here to go a little bit deeper. And I would suggest if you have blocks, maybe have them nearby just in case you're going to use them, just in case they're helpful when we come to stretch our hamstrings. Good. If you don't have them, it's okay. They're useful, but they're not necessary. Okay. Feet hip distance apart. Inhale, stretch the arms up to the sky. Strong legs. Exhale, taking your forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Feeling that pause. Exhale as the breath flows out. It pauses of itself. Good. Let's step the right leg back. Landing on the ball of the foot, you can drop your knee down or keep it lifted as we take the arms up towards the sky. Good. Pressing into the ball of the foot, lift and lengthening through the sides of the waist. Good. We're going to bring our hands back to our heart. Earlier this week, we talked about spanda, that energy of expansion, contraction. So we're going to do that again, revisit that with our arms. We're going to inhale, expand the arms as wide out to your side as you can. As we exhale, we're going to pull our belly in and bring the hands back towards chest, a little tightening, rounding of the body. And then inhale, open. So if you're opening out into infinity, expand, expand, and then exhale, the hands come back in. Remember that knee of the right leg can be on the floor to give you more stability. Inhaling to open and exhale. Come back in, bring your hands all the way down to the floor, to your blocks or to the floor. Good. Now with your right knee lifted, if it still is, straighten your left leg a bit. So you're coming more into pyramid pose. And then bend the knee. So option, we can do it here with a straight leg with a lifted back knee, or drop your back knee and come into those half split poses. Either way, we're getting a stretch through the hamstrings. And if you don't have blocks, try to be as light on your fingertips as you can. Good. We're just opening everything up. Beautiful. And then hold your legs straight. See if you can curl those toes upwards towards the sky. Breathe into that leg, lengthening. Feel like you're drawing your heel towards the back knee. Drawing that front heel towards the back knee. Take one more breath. Lovely. And then dropping the right knee if it's not already. Sliding your left leg back as well, meeting the knees together. Hands come down to the floor. Inhaling into our cow pose. Lift the sacrum, the tailbone, the chin. Exhaling into your cat stretch. Chin towards chest, curl the tailbone under. 2 more times. Move with your breath. Feel how the breath flows in and pauses of itself. And the breath flows out and pauses of itself. Good, last one. Dive into the breath so that you may emerge again renewed. Beautiful. We're going to come back to all fours and we're going to take our left hip down towards the floor. So you're on your left hip. Right arm is going to reach up and overhead. Exhale, we can take the hand down. So we can keep it really gentle like this. No need to lift. Or if you wish, as you take your right arm up, press into your left hand and lift your hips. And then come back down. So it's stronger on your left arm, left shoulder. Really pushing in. And your hand is in front of your shoulder, not directly underneath it. Good. If you wish, as you come up, you can even extend the right leg, opening up that right side. Let's just do one more. Hips come back down on the exhale. Inhale to rise and to lift. Good. And then exhale, we're going to come back down towards our sit bone, our side, and then we're going to lie all the way down. Good. So if you have a strap nearby, you can use that. Don't worry if you don't. I'm going to support my head with my left hand, and then I'm going to grab from my big toe of my right foot. Good. Now our hamstrings aren't super warm yet, so we're going to just take it easy this first round, but we're going to try to extend that right leg up towards the sky. Don't worry if it doesn't straighten, and then bend the knee again. Good. So this is the start to our infinity pose. Ooh. Bending the knee again. Inhale. Can we hold it to the straightest point possible? Again, if you have a strap, work with that. That's going to be useful. Holding that. Maybe we can even stretch a little bit more that left leg, starting to ignite the core so that we can balance here. Beautiful. Take one more breath. And then we're going to release. Bring the knees back together. Press the floor away. One more time, we're going to pop up. Inhaling to our side, extending the leg. Good. Exhale, bring the hip down. Spin yourself around. Back to all fours. Back into our downward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips, pull back. Stay here if this feels good. Or come forward, inhaling into your plank pose. Exhaling to lower down, however you wish. Inhaling as high in that back bend as it feels right for you today, as it feels wise in your body. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Right leg, let's lift it towards the sky. Stepping the right foot forward again between the hands. Oop. This time we're going to take a twist. Left hand is going to stay on the floor. Inhale, sweep the right arm forward and up, finding a twist in the body. Shoulders drop down the back. Be strong through that left leg and find infinite space from your left heel to the top, the crown of your head. Find vastness through the body. Last breath. And then taking the right hand down, stepping left foot forward, lengthen, lift. Exhale, dive into your fold. And let's just roll ourselves up. Drop the weight into your heels, chin to chest, roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. Slowly, 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 shrugging the shoulders. Good. Give it a little wiggle if you need to before we dive into that next round, second round. Inhaling, taking the arms up towards the sky. Exhale as we come back into our fold, pulling the belly up and in as we dive forward. Good. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhaling into our fold. Left leg steps back, finding the ball of the foot or bringing the knee down so we can sweep the arms back up to the sky. Good. Taking a moment just to make sure we're grounded. How heavy are the feet? How stable do we feel where we are? Bringing the hands together again at our center. Inhale, expand, open, infinite vastness. And then exhale, bring the hands back together. Lean forward so that we're really contracting. Inhale, this outward movement of energy. And then this inward movement of energy. Inhale. The breath pauses of itself. We enter to that vastness. And then exhale, the breath pauses of itself. Beautiful. Let's take the hands to blocks or to the floor, straightening the right leg as much as it will go, and then bending the knee. Remember the choice of dropping the knee down. So this can look two ways, either with a lifted back leg or with a dropped back leg. Good. And we're just rocking forward and back, creating some space into that right hamstrings. Good, and then hold your stretch wherever you are. Hold it with that right leg straight. And if you don't see mine straightening, I'm holding back on this side. Still not completely healed on my right leg. But go for it if it feels good in your body, or also honor your body if you need to hold back too. Take one more breath here wherever you are. All right, and then we're going to slide the right leg back. Bring the right knee towards the left knee. Bring the hands together. And we're just going to make a circle with the pelvis. So with your hips tracing all the corners of your room, sides of the walls, the ceiling, the floor. Just drawing a big circle with your hips one way and then the other. Okay, now we're going to come down onto our right hip. Onto our right side, right hip. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Try to get your right hand in front of your right shoulder. Exhale, the hand comes down. So if the arms aren't feeling great today, stay there or lift. Keeping the knees together as we lift. Exhale. Good. 2 more times like that. Good. And then if you wanted to add the extension of your left leg, as you lift your hips, extend the left leg. Press into those toes as you reach over. Good. Pull it back in. 1 more time. Inhale. Lift, extend. And then exhale. We're going to come down all the way onto our side. Holding our head with our hands. Maybe hooking our foot up into our strap. Grab the big toes if you're not using a strap of your left foot. And then see if you can extend that leg toward the sky, however high it goes. Yeah. Bend the knee, drop it back in. Inhaling again. That pause at the top of the breath. Exhaling, draw the heel down. Good. 1 more time. Extending the leg up. And then dropping the heel back in. We're going to hold the leg now. So on your next inhale, extend it towards the sky. Start to squeeze in around the belly, navel towards spine, the sides of the waist shrink in. Good. And then maybe we can play with the balance of that right leg extending long. Good. Notice how that makes it a little bit shakier when we don't have the stability of that bent right knee. Beautiful. Infinity. 1 more breath here. We're going to even play with this standing in some time coming. How fun is that? Good. So let's bend the knees again, dropping that left leg on top of the right. Pressing through the mat, through our hands to come back to our side. Beautiful. 1 more pop up. Inhale, extend. Maybe that left leg reaches back. And then coming back down, flipping ourselves around. You are welcomed to just press the hips back towards your heels now. Or come into your down dog. Or even flow into your vinyasa. See what feels good in your body now. After this next breath, we will all meet back in our down dog. Coming back up, tuck the toes, lift the hips, pressing everything back. Beautiful. And that left leg will lift up towards the sky. Lift it up, maybe we even bend the knee. And stepping the left foot forward between the hands. Boop. Taking our twist this time, so the right hand stays down. Inhale, left arm reaches forward. Circle it towards the sky. Beautiful. Try to keep the pelvis level. Pressing from your back heel to the crown of your head. Nice slow breath. Pausing at the top and pausing at the bottom. Good. Left hand comes to the floor. Stepping forward. Inhale, lift, lengthen, rise. Exhaling into the fold. Pressing through the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Okay, perfect. Let's interlace the hands now. I invite you to bring them behind you, interlace. And then maybe press those knuckles toward the floor. Take a moment here. Breathing into those shoulders, drawing back. Tailbone lengthening down towards your heels. Maybe on your next inhale, lift the chest a little higher. On your exhale, pull the belly in and take another bow. Knuckles lift towards the sky like you're diving in. Good. And then release your arms, emerge renewed. Reach the arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, swing the arms. As you sweep them back, exhale. Inhale, reach up. Emerge renewed. Exhale. Let the breath go. Inhale. Shifting the energy. Let's do that 2 more times. Reach up, fill up. Exhale. Once more. Good. And then slow it down. Pause at the top. Fill up, fill up, fill up, fill up. Exhale, bring the hands back to the heart. back to the top of the inhale where the breath pauses of itself. And the bottom of the exhale where the breath pauses of itself. Entering into that vastness, that infinity. Beautiful. Let's breathe in, reach the fingertips back up towards the sky. Exhaling into our fold again. Halfway lift, inhaling, taking the arms up to the sky. Exhaling into the fold. Right leg steps back. Good. Same thing here. We can either keep the back knee lifted or drop the knee down, straightening the left leg. We're going to take our bow here. Good. Keep the left leg straight. We're not coming in and out of it. We're just folding here. Good. And then we're going to add a twist. Right hand is going to come to the floor or to a block. Left arm, reach it forward and take it open toward the sky. Good. And let's we're going to either hold the option. We can hold this or we can let the arm move so we can come in and out of the posture. So again, that can look like that with our knee down. If your knee is down though, your left leg is straight. Good. On your next one, hold that left arm up towards the sky. Hold it, level the hips. Beautiful. And then we're going to take the hands back to the floor. Step it back into your plank pose. Boop. And we're just going to drop the right knee towards the floor. And then lift it back up into your plank, nice and strong. Left knee drops towards the floor. Lift it up into your plank, nice and strong. Right knee, strong plank. Left knee, ooh, strong plank. One more time. Right knee, plank. Left knee, plank. Lower it down, your choice. Scooping forward into the back bend of your choice, firming up the legs. And then exhale, let's come into our child's pose for a moment. Hips back towards the heels, bowing the forehead down, shoulders relaxed. All right, we're going to come again into that infinity pose. So we're going to roll ourselves forward and up. I'm just going to turn myself around so I can see as I go into the pose. So we're coming down to our left hip first. Left hip comes down to the floor. Slide yourself down. We're going to go right into it. This time you might want to have your strap. We're going to add another variation of it. However, just because we're adding on doesn't mean we have to add on. We can always take away and just keep it simple, the first part of it, which we'll do together. Either hooking your foot in the strap or just holding onto your big toe. We're going to extend that right leg up toward the sky. Beautiful. So this is a great pose in itself, and you can just stretch that leg towards your head. Now, if you want to try something a little bit more challenging, we're going to bend the right leg. It's almost a variation of compass pose, lying on its side. And we're going to hold the foot with our left hand. Good. This time, of course, our head is going to be on the floor. Our right hand, we can just use it to hold us, to stabilize us. And then we're going to try to stretch the right leg. Oop. Again, up and open towards the sky. And then with the right hand, we can lift ourselves up, lift our head up. So we're looking through the arm. Good, well done. Then you could even bend your back leg, your back foot, and try to reach through that gap with your right arm and hold that left foot. So we're making like an infinity sign with our body. Oh, take one more breath and then release it all. Just lying on your side for a moment. And then we're going to roll over to our belly. Hands resting on the forehead. Wiggle your hips out. Beautiful. Let's draw the right heel in towards our sit bone. Reach back for the right foot. Pressing the top of that thigh into the floor. Giving our front body a little bit of love. And we can stay here. This is a great pose in itself, stretching out those hip flexors. Or switch the grip so you're holding the big toe side of your foot. And we can start to kick the foot back into our hand so it starts to lift us up. And then bring your left elbow a little bit closer towards the chest, underneath the left shoulder. Maybe kick back, pull the chest forward, face forward, look forward, and feel this half bow pose. One more breath here. And then release it all the way back down. Return the right hand back under your forehead. Let your hips move a little bit side to side. Okay. So we're going to come back up to the other side. So we're going to come back through down dog first. Tuck the toes, lift up. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Marching out the legs. Bringing myself back to my original side. Lovely. And then let's lift that right leg to the sky. Maybe we bend the knee, open everything up. If you're a fan of wild thing, boop, you can flip it over, lift the hips upwards towards the sky. We worked on that a little bit last week, however, not an essential. We can just keep it in our scorpion. And then right foot can come back between the hands. Good. And then we're going to spin the back heel down. We're actually going to come through warrior two this time. Whoop. To make sure that we get this opening of our hips as well, inviting our warrior twos into our practice. Sink and settle into your feet. Nice and strong, gazing over that front hand. Maybe we can sink a little bit more into that right knee and the right shin. Pull up through the arches of the feet. Good, and we're gonna inhale, sweep the right arm up and back. Pause at the top of your inhale. And as we exhale, come forward into your side angle and let there be a pause at the bottom of your exhale. Let's do that 2 more times, just flowing with breath, admiring those pauses between exhaling, so our practice becomes more of a meditation on the breath. One last time. Let your breath move you. Don't worry about my rhythm. And then holding your side angle, whether your forearm is on your thigh or the hand is to the floor, reach that left arm across. Spin the ribs toward the sky. Beautiful. Maybe we can lean the heart back a little more. Good. And then our left arm is going to sweep across the face. We're going to turn toward the long edge of the mat, hands to the floor. Turn the toes in, turn the heels out, lift and lengthen. And as we exhale, take a bow. Bowing towards the earth, diving in. Arches of the feet lift up, the sit bones lift towards the sky. Letting the head be heavy, beautiful. Sinking the heart towards the legs a little bit more. And let's bring our hands to our hips, press through the feet, start to slowly rise, lift up, squeeze, ignite, hip, hamstrings. Good. Let's turn towards the top of our mat again, right foot faces forward, bring the hands to the floor, stepping it forward, inhale, lift and lengthen, and then exhale into the fold. Either roll up or sweep the arms. Rise up strong, powerful legs. Feel the strength of your legs as you reach the top. And then exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. Another inhale. Feeling the breath pause of itself. And exhaling. Feeling the breath pause of itself. All right, we're gonna do that same pose standing on the right side. So you can use a strap here. You can use a wall or a chair. It's going to be more balancing. We're going to stand on one leg. So we're going to start by bringing the right knee in toward the chest. Oh, strong left leg. Really imprint your foot into the ground. Beautiful. So now is the time you would strap up the foot or hold the big toe of your right foot. And let's bring the left hand to our hip. And then see if you can stand up tall again. Good. Start to point your knee out towards the right side of the room. Lovely. And then see if you can extend that right leg. Even if it doesn't go straight, that's okay. Extend it. If you're not holding the big toe, yeah, hold behind the knee and then hook your hand underneath your thigh. And then you can hold there. Good. Yes. Lovely. I see some of you holding the edge of the foot. That's also really nice. But lift the chest and open. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe extend the opposite arm. Expand out. Embrace your vastness. And then draw everything back in. Release the feet to the earth. Strong. Press through those legs. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring the hands back to the chest and give yourself a little bow. Beautiful. Then, my friends, we have it all over again on the other side. How blessed are we? We have these two beautiful working legs. So we have to make sure we give that other side a good go. So let's come back to the top of our mat if you did move around any bit. Inhale, stretch the arms up towards the sky. Rooting down, reaching up. Exhaling into your forward fold. Feel the breath pause of itself. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhaling into that fold. Left leg is going to step back again. Either bring the knee down and pull the right hip back and stretch there. Or keep the back leg lifted and just stretch like a pyramid pose. Stretching over that right leg. Squaring off the hips. Diving into the breath, not losing it. Feel those spaces, the pauses. We're going to take our twist, left hand to the floor. Right arm reaches forward. Open it upwards towards the sky so it can look like this. It can look like that. Beautiful. Squeeze inwards. Squeeze toward the midline and expand through the back heel to the crown of the head. Infinite space within. Beautiful. Right hand comes back to the floor. And then let's step it back into our plank pose. Whoop. Tighten up the legs. Lift those thighs towards the sky. Press back through the heels. Press forward to the crown of your head. And then lower down. Your choice. However you wish to get to the floor. Inhaling, scooping it up. And then child's pose just for a moment. Hips back to the heels. Taking a rest, taking a bow. Taking a breath. And then we're going to come on to our right hip. So we're going to come forward. Sink the right hip down. And lower ourselves all the way down. Beautiful. Let's go back into the original version of this that we took together. Left hand either to the foot, edge of the foot, big toe, or around a strap. And then start to extend that leg upwards towards the sky. That's it. Maybe it feels different now that we've warmed them up a little bit more. Maybe it still feels tight and the same, and that's all okay too. So we can just stay here, enjoy this version of the pose, or bend the knee. And we're gonna reach the foot or strap with your right hand. And that left arm is just staying kind of in between the arms. You can place the fingertips down to give you a bit more stability. And then starting to kick that foot. Now, of course, your hand's holding on to it. So instead of it going straight up, it almost goes above your head. You can use your left hand to kind of lift your head away from the floor, looking through the arms. Good. And if we have our balance, we can pick up the foot of our right leg and reach through with the left hand and hold that. So we're making this infinity sign. Use your straps too. It's really a lot more helpful with a strap. Good. An interesting shape to create with our bodies. One more breath. And then we're going to release. Ooh, slowly, slowly, slowly come to our side. And we're going to roll over onto our belly. Create a little pillow with your hands for your forehead, maybe a little rock of your hips. And then let's draw the left heel in towards our sit bone. Grab hold of the foot and just enjoying the stretch for a moment. Pressing the top of that thigh into the ground. Slowing down the breath, dive into the breath. Good, and you can stay here by all means if this feels really good and yummy in your body. Or switch the grip, hold the big toes side of your foot. And then maybe we start to kick the foot back into the hand, lifting the chest, elbow tucks in. Good, making this bow shape, this arch shape. Lovely. And chest is facing forward, gaze is forward. One more breath. And then slowly release, lower back down. And let's press ourselves all the way back up into our downward facing dog or child's pose. I'll give you the options for which one feels best in your body now. And then eventually we're coming back into our down dog. Left leg will lift up towards the sky. We just have one more sequence to explore here. Maybe it just starts with a scorpion's tail, or maybe we flip it over for a wild thing. And then in the near future, the left foot is going to step between the hands. And the right heel spins down for warrior two as we rise up with strong legs, really feeling anchored, rooted. I'm turning around so I can face you again. Good. Warrior two, anchored, rooted. Inhale, the left arm reaches up towards the sky. Top of the breath, pause. Exhale it over into your side angle. Bottom of the breath, pause. And then two more times. Find your rhythm. Don't pay attention to the way anyone else is moving, including myself. Just find that rhythm of your breath. And find those pauses at the top and at the bottom. And the next time you come over into your side angle, we're going to hold that side angle, either forearm to the thigh or hand to the floor, even a block. Spin the ribs towards the sky, press through that right foot. That's it. Find space. From your right foot to that right hand, lean back. Good. If your forearm's on your thigh, really press into it. Feel this sense of leaning back, not forward. One more breath here. And slowly we're going to sweep that right arm down in front of the face to the floor. Spin your whole body to the long edge of your mat. Turn the toes in, turn the heels out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take a bow. Lifting those sit bones to the sky, arches of the feet lift. And then we're going to bring our hands to our hips, pressing down through the feet. Long, straight spine as we rise. Oh, and we're going to turn back towards the top of the mat. Oop. Stepping that back foot into the front, lengthen, lift. Exhale, fold one more time. And then either rounding, rolling yourself up, or or sweep and circle the arms to reach up to the sky. However way you got up, when you get to the top, feel strength in your legs. Really strongly press down into your feet and bring your hands back to your heart. All right, my friends, before we come down to sit, to close the practice, let's open up one more time into our infinity pose with your arms too, yes. You look very godlike, Clay, with this beam of light shining down the center as you do that. So funny. Yes, we can all be godlike today. Hopefully this practice is leaving you feel like that. Grab your strap if you need it. Maybe a big ask. Good. We're going to grab hold of our knee first. Good. That's giving you time now to strap up the foot if you need to. Right hand to the hip eventually. And then hold either the toe or the outer edge of your left foot. Start to stand up as you turn the knee out to the side. Yes. And then you can start to straighten it. Don't worry if it doesn't go straight, it might hang out here in this bent position. Maybe it does. Go straight, firm up that right thigh. Squeeze it in, squeeze it in. Lift the chest. Yes. Beautiful. Very nice. Maybe that arm extends out in the opposite direction. Oh, lovely. You're all looking god and goddess-like now. Just like Shiva and Shakti of our story. Good. Slowly draw the heel in. Drop the foot down. Sweep the arms up to the sky one more time. Lift the heart. Maybe lift your gaze. And then bringing the hands together. One last forward fold. Tip it forward. Belly is in strong. Let the head bow. And we're going to come down to a seat all the way down to our backside. Beautiful. Coming down with whatever props you may need. And taking any last movements that you might need. Maybe even if it's just a little circle here, or forward fold, or a little twist. Just what allows your body to settle. And then I invite you to settle, perhaps even closing the eyes. And first, just giving attention to noticing that pulsation throughout the body, that shimmer. Noticing the subtlety beneath the skin, beneath our flesh and our bones. The shimmering, pulsating field of energy within our bodies. That shimmer and that pulsation of our essence. And feeling the ground beneath our bodies supporting us, holding us like a container. And then diving back in to our breath. And the breath flows in, pauses of itself. The breath flows out and pauses of itself. And when we notice those pauses, our experience opens into exquisite vastness with no beginning and no end. Embrace this infinity without reservation. Dive into it, drink deeply, and emerge renewed. So just spending the next 2 minutes diving into that practice of noticing the breath. Each moment the breath flows in, pauses of itself, flows out and pauses of itself. Enter into that vastness, that infinite vastness without reservation. Embrace this infinity. Dive in. Drink deeply so you may emerge renewed. Like taking a cleansing bath. We dive in and the waters wash away all of that residue that lands on our skin throughout the day. As we dive into our breath, into our meditation, it's like cleansing all the residue that gets settled on the mind, that fogs up our perception, our lens. That when we emerge out of the meditation or out of the practice, we see things a little more clearly, vividly, brightly. We feel a sense of renewal within our nervous system, our minds, our hearts. And if you have longer, you can sit for longer with this practice, or just remember it throughout your day, little bites. At any moment, the breath is flowing in and pausing of itself, flowing out and pausing of itself. And to enter meditation is simply just to notice that experience, to dive into the vastness, to dive in, to drink it, and emerge renewed. Let's take another deep breath in, reaching the arms up towards the sky. Exhaling, bringing the hands to the heart center, giving yourself a bow. And thank you so much for your practice, your presence, your being. Namaste. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you all. Thank you.